Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. I am so sorry that we missed yesterday in the devotion. I've just been busy the last couple of days, and even now it's 2 o'clock, and I'm just getting to having time to do this. And so I want to make sure that we get this done today. And today we're looking at Isaiah 7 and 8, joining them together because chapter 9 really stands alone. And in chapter 7, it starts out by telling us in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah. Well, we skipped Jotham in the book of Isaiah, and it was Uzziah who was king, then Jotham was king, and now Ahaz is king, and Ahaz is not a good king. And the king of the north in Israel is coming down to try to defeat Judah, and so is the king of Syria. They're both working against Judah, and they really want Judah to join forces with them to battle Assyria, because Assyria is the strongest nation really in that whole region. And so Ahaz is torn on what to do, and ultimately we'll see that Assyria is going to grow, and that's an image that we see in chapter 8, that they're going to flow over the riverbanks. That's how great their military strength is going to be. And yet ultimately, Assyria is going to be destroyed, because in 722, Assyria took the northern kingdom, Israel, as captive, and took them into captivity, bringing them to Assyria and bringing Assyrians to live in that northern region. And so as this chapter is going, we hear a verse that is like, whoa, where did that come from? And we hear it in chapter 7, in verse 14, when Isaiah tells us, he says, therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. And we're like, whoa, that's Jesus. And we're like, yes, God with us. Now, some people see that as a double fulfillment, that two things are happening. And so they say there's either a single fulfillment or it's a double fulfillment. And so it's really interesting when we start to talk about this in the Old Testament, and we start to see different prophecies that are out there. And so we know the name Emmanuel means God with us. And here's the sign: a virgin shall conceive and bear a son. And we know that. We know that, hey, that's Mary. And so that's part of the fulfillment. And so some people say that is what that passage means. It is directly and specifically about Jesus coming into the world, while others say, no, it has a double fulfillment. There could be two meanings to this. There is the immediate fulfillment in Isaiah's day, and also a long-term fulfillment in the coming of the Christ. So two ways that people interpret it, and there's really no right, there's no wrong. But what is right, and what we need to hold on to, is that somewhere around the year 730-ish, somewhere in there, God gives this prophecy to Isaiah, and he says, hey, a virgin is going to bear a son, and she's going to name him Emmanuel. Hey, didn't we just celebrate Christmas? Didn't we just have the glorious time, even though it was a struggle because of the times? But we celebrated the birth of our Christ child, the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God, our Savior. And we have that trust and that belief of God with us. Whether it's single fulfillment or double fulfillment in this passage, we know and we trust God is with us. Now, chapter 8 goes into kind of the hardships, and the people who disobey God, even if they don't believe in God, are subject to his judgment. But the good news comes in chapter 7, in verse 14. And there's more good news to come tomorrow, so hang on, and we're going to get tomorrow, and I won't miss tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to look at chapter 9, some great passages in chapter 9. For now, God bless you. Have a great night. See ya.